Welcome to Warp TV, where we help you get good and maybe take some scalps. We actually have a very special scalp today, scalp of the day. It's gonna be Glanzern TV against Glanzern TV, and watch through the video and you'll see why it is a scalp against himself. It's become a little bit of a meme in the SPPD community, so I hope you enjoy.
What the fuck? He was fucking dead! God fucking damn it! I'm playing this fucking game perfectly! I'm fucking using the Hanky to hit the fucking sum and then blow him up before he uses his fucking ability! But the game doesn't fucking register! The game's too fucking stupid! Fucking 7,700 cause this fucking bullshit! It's fucking goddamn bullshit!
So guys, I'm not gonna lie, I probably watched that around 50, 60 times. It's just too funny, right? But you know, when you look at that and just laugh, just remember that we've all been kind of pissed off at this game, especially. You know, more often than not. So cut the guys some slack. I know you guys have probably already seen it, but man, you know, it happens to everyone. Not to that level, of course, but I still don't think that he should have let it all out on a live stream like that. But bro, if you're listening, if you're watching this, just, you know, ease up, man. You know, you're Red Link sponsored. And honestly, bro, it seemed like your Incan placement moved the Psalm over. And we know that they nerfed Incan, so I wouldn't expect Incan to still hit Psalm at that angle, even if the dotted line showed up. So yeah, man, you know, if bullshit happens like that, just accept it and move on. There is no point to getting mad to that level in this game. And that's all I can really say. And actually, I will say this to the rest of you guys. You know, he is a good player. He seems to get a lot of hate from everybody, and I think that's you know, that rage is one of those reasons. But the guy is a good player, and we want to just cut him some slack. This game, like I've said, really does piss us all off. So, you know, I feel that feel sometimes, but I would never do that live. Okay guys, now for what you guys actually came for, hopefully, is the Furry Beast Challenge. So what is it? Well, any animal, and this seems to have a caveat, it's any animal but the cocks are gonna have double health, so that includes actually rats, pigeons, Manbearpig, anything but cocks. It's weird. And probably not mosquito. You know, the mosquito swarm from Mosquito. But yeah, from what I saw, it was anything but cocks for whatever reason. So don't bother using cockhouse, or, you know, chicken coop, unless you really want to go for using that level 2 City Walk guy, or Mr. Kim, as I correctly call him. Now onto your challenge examples. Today we've got Morgan Freeman with Canada Clan 411. Guys, I just want to go ahead and remind everyone to make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. And, you know, just, you know, come visit me on Twitch sometime. I'm starting to go live. We'll be starting to do South Park live on stream as well, and hopefully we don't go into rage mode from all the glitches and weird happenings that this game offers. But would definitely appreciate that subscription here. I don't need much, guys. So what you're seeing here is a fantasy superhero deck. I tested all of the themes, and I lost a whole lot. with everything else. And if you beat me today, you know, great. I'm always testing. I don't mind losses anymore. I lose way too much to care. But I do have a Mystic fantasy deck as well for you guys to check out. It's going to be towards the end of the video. That one deals with actually using Manbearpig. This deck does not, the one currently on screen. The Manbearpig deck is your basic, you know, use another card to bait the removal, and basically get that Manbearpig out, and if they kill it or remove it again, then you should have that Pope Timmy at the ready, and that's the GG. But there was much more tactic involved, which is why I wanted to show this deck first. You'll get a few examples with the superhero fantasy deck, and a few examples with that Mystic fantasy deck. So be sure to check them both out. Watch time is important for me too, guys. So if you do enjoy helping me out, watch time is super important for letting Red Links and YouTube know we mean business on this channel. So we'll definitely appreciate you sticking around as long as you can. So yeah. But what have you got here? General Disarray. I love General Disarray. He does so much. He just does so much for challenge mode. So if you're ever running superhero, make sure you're using him. I don't really consider General Disarray, you know, that can I say this, that pussy tactic that everyone else seems to think that other Dougies hold. No, there's a little more skill involved in that, and that's why I don't mind using him. I actually do really like General Disarray. So check him out, guys, if you haven't. He's a great asset, and check this out. Well, looks like there was nothing to check out there, but that was a good game. Morgan Freeman, well played, man. Next up in your challenge examples, we have Senor Ramita with Casa Bonita. Let's go. Got that superhero deck again, along with fantasy. Start off with a slow roll, and always trust your Timmy to take care of that first poke that they tried to do with starting an assassin. Gets a little complicated with gnomes, so I would not leave that to chance. You have a level 11 new kid, and those gnomes hit pretty hard, so never allow a swarm unit to be around your new kid. I've said this before, but for the benefit of new viewers and maybe viewers that have never seen that, I'll just repeat information, so hopefully you guys don't mind. Got a DSR, of course. Got my own here. Got one of those. We're gonna try and slow play this as best we can. It's always a sweat fest now, guys, in challenge. So make sure you drop that like, leave that comment, make sure you subscribe. It's tough out there for top players to give you any content anymore. Just a hell of a lot of sweat happening up at the top for sure. Looks like we're going to be able to try a little cheeky combo here in a second. Let's see if it works. A lucky draw on the Paladin, works out perfectly. We're gonna go both sides, and we pulled it off. It's a bar at a minute left. It's not making it So we're just we're resetting. I'm not sure why he didn't reset. And that reset is that basically getting your energy right back up to 10 so that you can, you know, properly counter. And as you can see, I had the answer for everything he played. And I was able to play it without worry to my energy. So still seem to have handled that pretty well, so that's a kudos to Ramita. We're gonna hit him with that final Dougie and snipe that Belf. But we're not gonna be able to get that second bar. That's okay. It was a good game, Senor Ramita. Excellent job. We will see you next time. Next up in your challenge examples, we have Walter H. White with Coon Legends. Oh my. It's going to be another example with that superhero fantasy deck, and one more after this. The opponent after this one is going to have, it's going to be using Manbearpig, so if you're interested in seeing how to deal with him with this deck, please watch that video as well. I included this one and that one. This one for the opponent trying the Mr. Kim combo with the exploding critters. So, you know, there's a reason why I kind of made this a 30-minute video, because there's just a lot to cover, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I wanted to give you a thorough video on how to deal with things and how to use different, you know, combinations and whatnot. It's nothing new. Apologize about the fireworks in the background when people were feeling patriotic, so hell yeah, America. But yeah, so those are the reasons you're getting a kind of a long video today, and hopefully you don't mind. I've been getting messages from some people asking where my videos have been, and it's, well, I'll always give you a challenge video, but here lately I've been getting some pretty, I don't want to say weak opponents, but just like they've been so low level that there is nothing for you guys to, you know, gain as far as knowledge from that, from these. I mean, we're talking like, you know, I usually hang in between the 8,000s to the 8,500s as far as elo goes, and this person had you know, I've been regularly getting people in the 4,000s to 7,000s, so they don't make for very good videos, unfortunately, and I don't want to be parading around the fact that I'm, you know, beating up on people with lower elo. So hopefully you guys can understand that. If they're, you know, to sum that up, basically, if I don't have anything to show you, you know, why would I post something, right? Yeah, so hopefully you guys can understand that, like I say. But hopefully this 30-minute video makes up for that, and I know I got some actual fans out there, and they like my content, and that actually feels good for people to be contacting me and asking, hey, where the hell have you been? Well, there's that. So yeah, it's just been kind of a, not a drag, because hey, who doesn't like easy TVT matches? But on the other hand, you know, being a YouTuber, definitely doesn't help my situation. But you know, maybe that's one of those things that, you know, one of those glitches, well, not a glitch, but, you know, issues that this game needs to fix for sure, for more people to be happy with it. And as you've been seeing here, that was a good game with Walter H. White. That was a well played, man. We'll see you next time. Next up in your challenge examples, we have Ceylon593 with Cripple Fight 3. And as I mentioned, this is a fantasy superhero once again, but it's going to go up against a Manbearpig deck. So hopefully you find this portion useful, and hopefully you don't think the video is too long. I would really like to make long videos, that way, you know, when I set apart the time to do them and stuff, I can really sit down and get to work on them. Makes for really cool content and opportunities to grow. And yeah, hopefully you guys like this sort of a longer video deal, especially now that, you know, people don't really have anything to do. But there goes that Manbearpig. Manbearpig, as you know, is gonna have that double health even at level 1, so it's gonna be pretty dangerous in the challenge mode. So what we're doing here is we removed it and killed those rats so that he cannot bring that Manbearpig back, and he definitely lost that energy there. So did a little oopsie there. I didn't realize that the lava would not spawn under Labard if he is up in the air. Now that makes sense, but like, you always think there's a, you know, a placement or a holding placement from the game to show that the character is there and it is a ground character. So you know, I make mistakes, or I find stuff out for you guys so you don't have to. So there it is. Don't try to summon a general disarray on top of a floating ground unit, because it won't work. But thankfully, you know, we've got a little over half the bar left, and we're still doing pretty okay, guys. We're gonna take this as it is, and we're gonna do well no matter what. So he just wasted that clear on a 4-cost unit. Now, to his credit, that garrison is pretty dangerous, especially in challenge mode, but more so in ladder. I think that it can be dealt with a lot easier in challenge mode, so I would not necessarily remove it. But maybe he thinks that he has seen my rotation and that's the only worth it card to remove, in which case, you know, cool, because in that exchange we gain 1 energy, so he loses 1 energy and we end up in a better position. So cool. So go ahead and remove that Manbearpig again, and unfortunately it's not as lined up for us as it was last time, but he does pull a kind of a minor league move there, and he puts 2-cost gnomes down, which were killed instantly almost, so thereby removing his own ability to bring back the Manbearpig, and oopsie daisy, there it is, he brought back the gnomes. So and check that bonus out with the slow. That DSR did not hit the general disarray, so that was pretty dope. And we're gonna hit for the win. Excellent job, Salon. Minus that goof at the end. Really got to pay attention, bro. We'll catch you next time. Okay, guys, this is next up in your challenge examples, we have Nexus with Aleo, and we're gonna go ahead and showcase that Manbearpig deck along with a bait. The bait's gonna be a very strong level 4 maxi, and as you can see, he immediately fell for it, but it appears we're having a problem here. His forest is kind of stuck there. Everything else seems to be stuck there. Yeah. So this is glitches, guys. Just, you know, in reference to the beginning part of this video, that scalp, that rage. I can't imagine being this guy right now. I'd be upset too. So my question is, how do we fix this? Is this just a connection issue? This is the first time I've had this happen in a little bit, I'll say. The last one, the last person that I fought with this happening was somebody that was VPNing into our server from Brazil. It's that NFS Dougie Most Wanted guy, douche, that everyone hates for good reason because he uses his shitty connection to get wins as a Dougie player here in North America server. So like, where does it stop? And see, that was weird. I've never had that happen in a rubber banding either. I put some rats in the middle, and then everything that was already dead re-died and gave him effects. So, and the bodies don't seem to be leaving either. So if this guy's VPNing and you're watching this, bro, stay in your server. You're never gonna, you won't experience this problem again, I don't think. But yeah, obviously ended up winning that game. I didn't want to waste too much of your time. Let's move on. Next up in your channel examples, we have AgiRuss94 with his Chef's Recruits. And this one is definitely going to be that Manbearpig bait slash poke combo that you've been waiting for. It's gonna be a good game here. Now I really cut it close there, but he fell for the bait, which is exactly what I wanted. He went ahead and cleared that Priest Maxi, and all we have to do now is go in and bring in that Manbearpig. So I wanted to hold back a little bit just to bring the pigeons closer to something that can hit air without having to, use something else. So he goes ahead and summons his Manbearpig, but it's when you already have momentum, it's not a good idea. You want to be able to remove that Manbearpig. So I imagine we're gonna get that bar immediate like that. DSR did kind of help the process, but here we go again. He shouldn't have rotated back into his clear just yet, but there you go. Just straight onslaught. I imagine he's getting pretty close to getting his removal back, but we got to move quickly here. There it is. So now that he's used 5 energy, we're clear to come in and just take care of business. Okay, 2 bars at a minute left. Minute marker is a great time to use your staff, your energy staff, if you didn't know. Last minute of any game plus overtime nets you more energy. And we're able to reset much quicker than our opponent. So I don't imagine he's going to fall for that trick again, but Priest Maxi is such a strong card in challenge. I don't think it will matter at this point, and he's going to obviously hesitate to remove him. DSR is the final nail in that coffin. We're just gonna start Garrison down there and remove the pigeons. Ended up removing a lot more. A few more seconds and we could have gotten that last bar. That was a good game, AgiRuss. Well done, man. But now my community here knows exactly what that Manbearpig bait combo is, and hopefully you guys can use it and not let it happen to you. You always want to take care of something big and tough the first time, especially if there's a Pope possibility in there, so watch out for that. Guys, it's the end of the video, and thank you so much. I want to remind y'all to go ahead and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. Again, really helps me out. We will see you guys next time. Much love. Thank you.